My name is Raymond and I am doing drugs. For my captain. Now I know you're all thinking, why did this kid do drugs for his captain? Well, I chose drugs because I have a condition called eczema, which is where I spread a lot of rashes everywhere in my body. Here, here, here. To cure this, I take medicine, which is a prescription drug, and I wanted to know more about it even more. Before we even start, I think you should know, what is a drug? A drug is any substance or medicine that alters the way that your body works. Anything can be a drug when introduced to the body. Anything can be a drug from creams to allergy medicines to things as bad as marijuana. Drugs come in many different shapes and sizes and have many different prices. But how is the price of a drug determined? Well, for addicts, the price does not matter. Addicts will do anything they can to get the drug they want. This includes betraying people, lying to doctors to get a prescription, and stealing money from anyone and anywhere to get enough money to buy a drug. But for prescribed drugs and medicine, it's all about science and art. Many elements are considered when deciding the price. The most important aspect is the clinical value. This means how does the drug benefit the user? Some questions related to the clinical value are, does the drug help the user live longer? Will people pay for the drug? Are there competitors? This means that good drugs are made mostly for the benefit of the user. Drugs have many ingredients, but there are only two types of ingredients, inactive and active. Inactive ingredients do not have any effect to a drug. An inactive ingredient can be food dye. An active ingredient is the opposite. It does have an effect on the drug. An active ingredient could be alcohol. Mostly, an active ingredient, like nicotine, is something to the user that's bad or good depending on what drug you're using. Like nicotine causes users to get addicted to something which is normally used in bad drugs. Also, mostly inactive ingredients are used to do things like change the color and taste of the drugs. There's a large variety of drugs. Some are bad, some are good. But in general, a drug is still a drug. So what drugs are beneficial to the body? Some good drugs that I personally use a lot are creams and antibiotics. Creams such as the one I take relieve my itchiness, and antibiotics kill bacteria. On the other hand, there are also a lot of bad drugs that people use. Some bad drugs are marijuana, cocaine, meth, heroin, ecstasy, opioids, and many more I cannot list. But I got the most info on marijuana, heroin, cocaine, and meth, so I will list these drugs because I believe more info is better. Marijuana is a hallucinogen, which means that it gives the user an experience involving the apparent precipitation of something not present, which means they see something not there. Marijuana can also have many other side effects, such as red eyes, common nosebleeds. It can speed up your heart rate from nearly 20 beats per minute to 50 beats per minute. That's insane. It can also be very dangerous because if you were in an emergency, if you were using marijuana lately, you will most likely be making no attempt to get out of the emergency because marijuana damages your memory cells, which make you forget your past experiences. This could end up in death. Heroin is an illegal opiate which can slow your reaction time down. But back to that can slow your reaction time down. It can also kill pain users. Back to the fact that it slows your reaction time down. Let's say you were driving on heroin, which no one should do. If there was a stop sign in front of you, at the very last second you would suddenly stop and realize the stop sign was there because heroin slows your reaction time down a lot. This could be fatal in many other situations. Meth and cocaine are stimulants, which means they speed up your body. Cocaine can be like anabolic steroids. It can give you a big boost of strength and a lot of self-esteem. However, these come at a price, which is heart failure. When you use this big boost of strength, you put yourself in the risk of heart failure. And combined with the self-esteem, it sort of pushes you to go over the limit, which can be very deadly. Meth also puts you at risk of heart failure, but you get no benefit whatsoever. It's like if you run for 10 minutes, you will feel like you have run for 30 to 40 minutes. This can cause overheating and yet another risk of heart failure. Like I said before, there is a large variety of drugs, some of which are known for being good for you, some of which are known for being bad for you. You might think there are only a few illegal drugs, like heroin, but no. Any drug can be illegal. According to Dr. Eberker, my interview, let's say a person is prescribed a drug. Let's say another person wants some of that drug. If the first person agrees and gives it to the second person, it becomes an illegal drug because the second person is taking a prescribed drug without it being prescribed to him or her. Also, if the first person agrees and sells it to the second person, this makes the first person a drug dealer. This means that any drug you can think of can be illegal or made illegal in your life. So drugs both negatively and positively affect many parts of the body. So what crucial parts of the body can be affected by different kinds of drugs? Well, positively, it can affect lots of places like the brain and the heart. Take 8-year-old Michaela Comstock, for example. She's taking cannabis oil every day to help her leukemia. Negatively, though, it could also affect the brain and the heart. Drugs such as cocaine, meth, heroin, and marijuana do this. Using these drugs long-term can lead to a largely increased chance of heart failure. Still, despite these facts, every year in the U.S. alone, 100,000 pounds of cocaine is consumed, 4,000 pounds of meth, and 700 tons of marijuana. To sum it all up, drugs affect the human body in many, many different ways, not only positively, but also negatively. I hope you learn more about drugs than I did. Thank you.